Hi, and hello, Mad Ang Pyro here. This is kind of a rarity, but you're going to be seeing more and more of them as we go. Anyway, I got my son with me. Say hi.
Hi.
And we're just going to kind of talk about things, the way things have been going here, what's going on, how things have affected the childs. Yes, I said childs, because I have more than one. But anyway, we're going to talk about this kind of stuff, and we're going to get into some other crazy stuff. I pulled him in because we just watched a new TV series. I guess it's kind of TV. It's not like cable or anything, but it's a new Netflix series. Netflix or Prime series. Called Fallout. Some of you may be familiar with it because the Fallout video games. And who better to be an expert on video games than a teenager that plays all the video games? So we brought him in on it. His name's Jared. Say hi, Jared.
Hi.
I know my little boy Jared is, not so little. So anyway, Jared. So we watched Fallout the other night. We benched it over 3 nights, right?
Yep.
What'd you think?
It was good.
It was good. That doesn't tell anybody anything. Well, how was it? Give me some details. Warning, spoiler alert. We're talking about the show, so naturally, if you haven't watched it, don't watch this video. Fast forward it until we get into other stuff. But this one is, it's hard to talk about a show and not give any spoilers. We're not going to reveal the ending, but we're going to talk about the show. So how was it? What was how close to the video game was it?
Well, it added everything from the video games in it, like Fallout New Vegas 76 and 4 and 3. It added some of the weapons and some of the storyline behind every game. The quotes from it, it was awesome. I mean, it was very accurate. Power suits were awesome. They were size-like and sounded almost identical to the game.
So you're saying it was pretty accurate representation of all the video games, not just one particular video game. Because there's several. If you don't know Fallout, there's several video games in the Fallout series, and they're all pretty good. I mean, they're pretty neat video games. Why don't you give me an overview of the video game? Like, how did it start?
The first one started back in the 90s.
No, not the actual game. What time period is the game span?
2077 is whenever the time period started in. And basically you wake up in a vault. Well, the TV show doesn't really go much into that, but you wake up in a vault 200 and some years later, and you're basically either the lone survivor or you have a vault full of people and you have to go looking for somebody.
So it's basically after the big bombs blow the earth to nothingness, you're basically surviving through this. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in Fallout 3, it's very similar to the TV show. In Fallout 3, you end up, leaving the vault to go look for your dad. And in Fallout 4, you wake up and then you leave to go find your child who's been abducted.
Abducted by aliens that we all know are real now, thanks to the U.S. government releasing that bit of information. So you're saying it was fairly accurate to the video games, kind of stuck with the storyline.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing I can say is the character depiction in it was really good. The integrity of the video games was held up by the show. I highly recommend it. If you want to watch it, you want us to talk more about it, we will. But that's all we're gonna hit on Fallout right now because I don't want to give away spoilers and because the show is fairly new and not everybody's seen it yet. But as someone who's new to the series, he's not, but I am. The show was really good. I thought it definitely was. The way they depicted it to the video game is definitely. So, Jared, how's life? It's life. It's life. Jared's he's a big help to me most of the time. I say most of the time because he still is a 14-year-old boy. So, you figure that stuff out as you go. And if you're a parent of a 14-year-old or have had a 14-year-old, you know what I'm talking about. But he helps me out quite a bit, especially after I got hurt. He's been a big help around the house. He's done a lot of good things here. You know, he hit about 12 and a half, 13, and it got to the point where, it's time to start pushing dad back a little bit. And so we've had our times, but for the most part, they're good times, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the typical teenage answer. Yeah. Good. I told him today, hey, I'm going to put you in on the channel, and he said, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about? I mean, that's
Anything doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. People. The reason we're doing this is for my health. How's that affected you? Me getting sick. There we go.
well. In the beginning, it was definitely a drastic change.
You mean drastic change?
I can't pronounce the word correctly.
That's all right.
How do you say it?
Drastic.
Drastic.
No, drastic. You get it. Drastic change. Go ahead.
It was a very big change, and then the hospital, so I couldn't do school then, and that got me far behind. But I was worried and trying to clean up the house for whenever you came home, and then whenever you did come home, things were still, scary because you were sleeping a lot more than usual.
Well, when your body shuts down, it has a tendency to take some time to restart. It's not like a light switch that you can just turn on and off.
But after you got a lot better and a lot clearer mindset, I mean, things have been going really great.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to be a part of it. Still, it was a scary situation for me too. And believe me, it was hard not to come home whenever the doctors are looking at you going, you can't go home. You're gonna die if you do. You kind of tend to listen to them, and you held it together pretty well. You and your brothers all did, and I'm really impressed. So, what are the changes that have happened here since then?
Well, the house has been a lot cleaner than it ever has been.
And why is that?
Because
Dad catches everything humanly possible. Oh, that's true, though. I do. I'm very highly prone to internal blood infections, so I have to watch out what I do. And they actually help a lot to keep the house cleaner. Some major changes have happened, and even in the past couple weeks, that have affected everything. And we're not going to get into those. Are just personal details no one really needs to know, but just saying that there's been some major changes, right?
yeah,
And so have overall the hospital thing, how did that go? I mean, were you
I was
glad that I came home? Were you?
Yes, I was very glad that you came home
Like,
and a lot healthier than you were. Because
well, relatively speaking, it took a lot of healing, but
you left here really
dying,
bad.
dying. It was if you guys don't know, about pretty much the first time I got sick. It was a massive infection. The second time I got sick, it was too. I just didn't know that I had it. And it does a lot to you, which we can get into that if you want to hear about it. But the point of it is, I went to the hospital not realizing that I wasn't coming out in a day or two, and ended up spending pretty much all of October of last year in the hospital. It was a rough situation, and trying to manage kids at home, and of course my wife, who sat with me through the majority of all that. It was an interesting change for everybody, and it was definitely a curveball. And you get those in life once in a while where something throws you a major curveball like that. they handled it pretty good. I mean, I'm proud of my kids and the way they kind of took over and took charge and handled everything that me and mom couldn't handle at the time. So, you guys did good. You did good. Even though you're still a 14-year-old little punk, but that's all right. Um, so what are some of your interests, Jer? What do you like?
Cars.
And
Cars.
cars. That's it. Just cars.
Yeah, nothing really else.
So you don't like drawing or hiking or fishing or just
Well,
cars.
I mean, it's a given that I like fishing, but
See,
mainly cars right now.
cars right now.
Welding.
What's your favorite car?
Favorite? 1972 Pontiac Firebird.
There you go. You heard it straight from the camel's mouth. So anyway, just wanted to shed a little light on the family situation and stuff and fallout, definitely. But there you go. So guys, hit the like and subscribe button, notification bell. That way you know every time we upload. Gerald will be making some more appearances and not be as awkward. It's he's 14. It happens. First time on camera like this. So yeah, I will see you guys next go around. Later. Bye, Gerald.
Bye.